about you, it's all about me, it's all about what we do. Making art, you and me, trying to find something to believe. Because I'm running wild, I ain't running free. Still got a lot of shit left to see.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It is your girl here, Britannia, and I hope you guys like this one. This one is late. It's late to the game. And I honestly never considered doing it when it was a thing like a month, 2 months ago. But like I did my Powerpuff Girls restyling video, which was inspired by Chai T. I'll try to remember to like put her YouTube account name down in the description below, or put it somewhere here in this video. And she kind of inspired me to do one for the Powerpuff Girl reboot. I never really thought I would do a Winx restyling video, but since that video that I did for the PPG restyling did sort of well, I'm just like, why not? I had to watch the Winx Saga, that garbage ass TV show. I made my boyfriend watch that garbage ass TV show. He did not like it. He was so annoyed with me and that TV show. He was so annoyed. And so why not milk as many views and promote my channel and build my channel as much as I can off the back of my suffering. I was gonna say a bad word. So what I did is I just made like a Pinterest board, and I called it Winx, right? So I've created a Pinterest board, and each board has their own section. So I've done all of the girls, even Tekna, who should have been a part of the Winx Club. I don't know why they dropped her. Maybe they just thought she wasn't gonna be interesting enough, but whatever. I don't understand why they couldn't just have Tekna. Why not just have her? Have your additional white girl instead of making brown people white and Asian people white. You could just have Tekna. So I have Aisha, I have Flora / Terra, because we know she's Flora. I don't care that they named her Terra, she's Flora. And we have Tekna, we have Stella, we have Bloom. Yeah, so we have all 6 girls. I didn't do Beatrix / the Tricks girls because like it was already taking me a decent amount of time to do this. Like I said, I'm already late to the game, and it would be too much effort on my part because I have like I'm boiling down to the last semester. I really have a lot of work to do. So I really just didn't have time to do Beatrix / the Tricks girls. But if you guys want to see me do Beatrix / the 6 girls, like for her own video, or give them their own video, since there's like 3 of them on her, I'll be happy to do that. Alright, so what I decided to do when it comes to the kind of clothing I picked, I considered each individual girl from the Winx Saga as well as from the original Winx. So I tried to do a kind of combination of the vibes. So considering, let's say for example, Flora / Terra. Of course, Flora and Terra are similar enough to when it comes to their powers, their color palettes, their aesthetic, right? However, Terra, the actor or the character in the Winx Saga, is obviously a plus size girl, when Flora is, you know, a skinny legend in the Winx Club original, as all the girls are kind of skinny legends. So I kind of took both things in mind. So I'm more trying to cater to Terra, the Winx Saga character's body, versus Flora, but still trying to impose what I know about Flora when it comes to her aesthetic and her colors, like the pink and green, right? So I'm trying to do a mixture of both characters to make one look and range of looks and aesthetic, right? And I do the same thing with like Musa in the Winx Club original. She wore like a lot of red because of like her outfit, I guess, and she, I think, had like some blues too because like her blue hair or whatever. But in the Winx Saga, we see Musa is more leaning towards purple than red. I think that's probably because they wanted to leave red for Bloom, because what the Winx Saga has basically done, color clothing, match power, that's it. That's what they did, right? that's how they did color coordinating for the girls. So I'm trying to take both colors into consideration and stuff like that, just to give you an idea about the colors I decided to use for each girl and their sections. How about we start off with, let's go easy, maybe let's go with Aisha, okay? Alright, so we're looking at Aisha. So like I said, I've taken both the original Aisha character and Aisha Winx Saga's character into consideration when I picked those looks. So we all know that I think in both iterations, Aisha is more sporty than the other girls. With Aisha in the original, she did like acrobats. She did a lot of acrobatics. She was always so down for stuff like hiking. We saw that in the first episode that we see her in. Like, she's really courageous. She's doing a lot of hiking and stuff like that. But like the Aisha in the Winx Saga, her sport is just like swimming, and that's basically it. That's how she shows her athleticism, which, you know, no problem. I really wish they would have used that athleticism in the Winx Saga. I don't know if it would have been, I guess, too difficult to try to find the right actress who can act and do like those kind of stunts. But yeah, it was kind of missing that energy. Like, I think that was one of the things that really made Aisha a baddie. Like, she wasn't just sporty, she was seriously athletic, hiking, acrobatics, good with water, all that stuff, right? And like a lot of you guys said from the comments about me reviewing the Winx Saga that was something that really irritated you, that she was more than just like a swimmer. Like, she was athletic in a lot of variation of ways. But anyhow, we continue. Aisha in the original Winx, we saw her in like a cargo skirt, a green cargo skirt, and she also had like a lavender top, some kind of like Timberland looking boots, and some like, what was it, like some chunky white socks, stuff like that. So I used that inspiration, and I have like a cargo skirt here. I have a lot of greens here because that's what she wore in the original. I have also a lavender tank top that I think kind of matches the same look that she has in the original Winx Club. Going off that sporty vibe, I have like these like chunky green jackets. I think they look really good. Let's go down here a bit more. I kind of see Aisha as, when I was looking for inspiration, I kind of looked at stuff like athletic wear, street style. Sometimes I looked at stuff like, you know, like hip hop artists from the early 2000s. So people like Aaliyah and also like Destiny's Child. That's what I wanted to give for Aisha. And of course, like I said, I'm using a lot of like green, a lot of camouflage, which also worked with that kind of like early styling. Like I said, a lot of streetwear because she's more sporty. And another color, of course, that I'm using here is the color blue, because in the Winx Saga we see that that's her kind of character color. She's wearing blue, so I did take blue into consideration as well. So we have a lot of greens and blues, a couple of lavenders to think about like the top she wore in the original Winx Club show, and that's the vibe I'm getting. So I wanted to put like a lot of cool and streetwear pieces. So I'm talking about baggy jackets, cargo pants, and cargo skirts, because she wasn't like tomboyish. She has a mixture of style. It doesn't particularly lean towards one way or the other, so I want to give a mixture of looks. So we can do like the baggy shirt, baggy jeans looks with her, or just like baggy cargo pants, baggy sweatpants, stuff like this. I would love to see some graphic shirts like in the Y2K decade on Aisha. I think that would go really well with her aesthetic. Right, and we could also see cool things, because we know they're in, I'm not sure if the show is filmed in the UK, but it's using UK actresses. So I except for the girl who plays Bloom, but I assume they're filmed in the UK. It looks like the UK, and I don't think it would make sense for it to be filmed in Europe, although I wish it would, because we'd see, I think we could have found a battle, like a more prettier, I want to say, or more aesthetically pleasing castle and environment, probably if it was in Europe. With Brexit, I'm pretty sure it's in the UK, right? So it's cold, so we're still gonna need her to wear stuff like coats. So I don't know why she can't wear more fancy coats, like stuff like this to match her green. Because like I said before, she doesn't just wear tomboyish looks, she does a mixture of them. She's like the cool girl, right? She goes either way. So I love to see like something more cool and fashionable on her, like this green coat. Of course, I feel like Aisha would be like a sneakerhead, so I'm seeing her in a lot of like really colorful green and purple sneakers, or maybe blue. We're seeing her in some Doc Martens, or just like some combat boot shoes. I would like to see her in like baggy jeans too. I think that would work well with her look. I would really want to see her experiment with really cool athletic attire, kind of stuff like this Puma X Fenty outfit, things like this. Because also in the original, Aisha was also a princess. So that means Aisha should have some coins. I don't see why Stella has to be the only princess in the Winx Saga. That's something that also annoys me. Why does Stella have to be the only rich girl, right? Why can't we see a rich girl like Aisha who's actually down to earth? And that's what really, that's another thing that upsets me. They try so hard to portray these freaking stereotypes in the Winx Saga. Like, it really sets us back in terms of breaking stereotypes and portrayals of women. You can really tell that this show was written by a man, honestly, by taking away the other princess who doesn't act snobby and keeping the one princess and making her snobbier than her original source material is upsetting. Right? I also see Aisha in a lot of confident prints, so I think I'd put her in stuff like leopard. So like this notable blue leopard coat, I think would be a lovely statement piece for her. I think she needs statement pieces because she was so confident of a girl. Another thing I wanted to see with Aisha is have some like kind of girlier, trendier outfit pieces be made sporty. So this thing that I saw on Pinterest. It's like corsets made from sportwear material. So we have like this kind of Nike corset, right? I thought that'd be a really cool thing to do for her. Like this corset made out of like sneaker shoes, recycled sneaker shoes, and that's really good. And also having it be upcycled and recycled is great because Aisha was a princess in the original who really cared about people and things. So I don't see why she wouldn't care about the environment by having this kind of like outfit pieces. Again, like a cargo skirt thing going on, baggy jeans, baggy overshirts, stuff like that, and like just like really cool and also trendy pieces because I do think she's not only sporty but trendy. She's a mix of the two. So this is Aisha's board. I hope you like it. How about we go on to Flora? Let's see Flora. Now, like I said before, I'm doing a mixture of inspiration from both the original and the new character. So this is Flora / Tara. When I was thinking about Tara's like body size, I wanted to make sure that I'm not picking pieces that doesn't like would fit, that like I think a plus size girl wouldn't like on her, right? So when I was looking at pictures, I tried to look at as many outfits that I like, but also on a plus size body, because I feel like it's appropriate to have her board not just filled with skinny girls, even though sometimes it's really hard because when I typed in stuff like plus size on Pinterest, I would still get images of skinnier girls, and it would be like some stuff like I really didn't like, and I'm just like, why can't I? And there'd be like particular pieces I just want to see on a bigger girl, and I know it's in a bigger size, and I'm just like, why is this so hard to find? I don't know if it's just because maybe some girls don't feel comfortable enough to be posting that much that is not on Pinterest, or maybe the people who post pins on Pinterest just decide not to use bigger girls because it's not aesthetic or whatever. But I don't know what it is and what the reasons are, but it was sometimes difficult, but it's okay. But still, like I tried to look for things I feel like would look good on her body size. And I'm not saying all things can look good on a bigger body size. I'm just saying I'm trying to consider what someone of that body size would think would look good on them. Because I'm honestly not plus size, but like my frame is more, I guess you could say like I'm kind of a pear, because my bottom size is, I have a bigger bottom. So there are certain things I wouldn't wear even though like my waist is small or whatever, right? That's aesthetic, that's on brand, that's a trendy body size for right now in this year that we're in. But there's still certain things I wouldn't wear. Like I don't like oversized clothes or loose things because I feel like it makes my waist look bigger than I would personally like it to look. And I don't like certain things. I would be careful of like a mini dress because even though it's supposed to fit my size, it doesn't always fit over my butt. So I tend to go like a size up on like mini dresses and stuff like that because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Even though it will fit me well everywhere else, it won't fit my butt, right? Or it'll just constantly ride up and it's not worth it for me. So I'm trying to think that way when it comes to things that would be comfortable on her body, right? But yeah. So going off like a lot of the colors from the original, I'm doing a lot of pinks and greens, like how I have on right now. This is like my kind of like floral look. Hope you like it. yeah, so in my mind, Flora Terra is a very cute person. She's vibrant, she's caring, she's nurturing. The same way Terra is in the Winx Saga, but a bit more confident, right? So like we see that she has body issues, like what, in the second episode of the Winx Saga, which is so typical. Like that would be, which is so, like one of the things people liked from a character like Kat is that, okay, we saw that maybe in the beginning that she did have some issues with her body, but we also got to, which is realistic, but we also got to see her get over that, right? And really feel herself. We didn't dwell on that too long, but all throughout the whole season, Terra is not really uncomfortable with herself and with her body, which is so weird because we also have that first scene where she's confronting, you know, that dickhead who called her like the fat girl, and she like kind of threatens him with her vine powers, and it's like we see her ability to be confident and stand up for herself, and then that's kind of just like swept away after that scene. Like they make her badass for 20 seconds and then we don't see it no more, and I don't get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I took those things into consideration. So I have cute but confident, you know, like sexy but pretty, and things that I think would fit her body well. So we have like this cute strawberry pink cardigan. I see her in a lot of like cool funky prints. The original Flora also seemed to wear like a lot of like boho type stuff, so I try to go with that vibe too. Chunky color block sweaters, cool floral corsets in those colors. I see her wearing stuff like a lot of scarves and like a little earrings. I see her in a lot of accessories. I see her wearing a lot of stuff like crystals, because like I think she's the kind of person who's very spiritual. She's very in tune with things. I want to see her in really fun and playful pieces. Like we have this like moth necklace, very natural, very nature. I see her in this matching maxi skirt and this another cardigan. We have her maybe in a cute dress like this with like little pink hearts on it. I see her in a lot of cute prints. I could also see her something in like this, like a more covered up piece, like this green jumpsuit worn by like Ashley Graham. I would love to see Flora in like the pink strawberry dress. I think this fits well, and I put a picture here of someone closer to her body shape, and it looks freaking great on her. I'd probably put like a turtleneck underneath the dress to give her some coverage, because the girls are like what, 16. Also again, they're in the UK, it's cold as hell, so probably exposed arms is a no-no. But I think that like a turtleneck would be fine for indoors. Outdoors, she may be a little colder. I see her in like a lot of like very feminine wear, like these cute floral heeled flats, pointed toe flats. Again, I want to see her like in chunky crystal necklaces to match the bohemian vibe, also to match her spirituality, also to match with just like someone who's more in touch with nature. I see her in a lot of fun green prints, like this abstract metallic print, like this maxi skirt. I see Flora wearing a lot of scarves too in her hair, because I don't know, I just feel like that's her aesthetic, that's her vibe. Again, I want to try to go for like boho pieces. I feel like this is a wrap dress that she could put over another outfit. I don't think it's necessarily that outfit herself. I could see her maybe wearing this over like a maxi dress or something like that. Scarves, a lot of like floral, playful patterns with her boots. I think if anybody should really play with patterns, it should be Flora, because I think that's the kind of attitude she has. She's playful, she likes funky, chunky things, you know, she's like more quirky, yeah? So I feel like that would go well with her. Again, another like very pretty, very playful floral print boots, floral print booties, floral dresses, floral tops, obviously. I would love to see her in something like this, something like what I have on, like a floral like lingerie bodysuit. But of course, she's a young girl, so you don't want to just have her in this. I would put something like this, like cute pink frilled cardigan crop top over it. I would put it over something like this, and maybe like another maxi skirt up to her waist, so she's not showing too much skin, but we still get to see like hints of the floral pattern that looks really nice with a nude. Again, I want to see some playful patterns. So like I love this floral dress that is not just like the regular floral print we always see. It's like a really playful, nice knit pattern. Again, I tried to use a girl with like a bigger plus size body, bigger than, of course, a girl like this. And I want to see her stuff like this. I think with her coat, like we want to put her in something more fun instead of all of these leather boring jackets. Like the Winx Saga, it literally does not use clothing pieces that people even wear like that. Like the type of leather jackets and bomber jackets they wear, it's literally what I feel like an American thinks people who live in the UK wear to keep warm. Do you know what I mean? It feels like their clothing feels like a stereotype with these ugly bomber jackets and these ugly, like really basic Forever 21 leather jackets. Like, what? People don't even wear leather jackets like that much. Like I have a leather black jacket, but it's not the same cut as the ones they put the girls in. And it's just like that cut is so, I don't know, like 2014. Why are you wearing that? You know, the ones with like little loose belts, why are you wearing that? Not to say there's anything wrong wearing that, but like why are all of them wearing that? Okay, yeah. Again, I want to see her in a lot of prints because I think if anyone, she's the kind of person who would play with them. I would love to see her in a dress like this, just like a lovely full coverage satin dress. But just because it's like satin or silk, it kind of gives her a more sexy appeal. And I feel like you can be sexy and be covered up, right? And you can be like, you can look and be very confident in certain kind of styles, and I think this is really something that would show that. I see maxi dresses, oops, right? And of course I could have put way more. I think Flora's board or section is the one I had the most fun with doing. Like I think it's probably the closest to my style than anything. Looking at this now, I think I need to add a bit more green into my collection or my closet because I loved her looks. I love the looks I was giving for her. I would love to rock this boho. And one thing I really thought about when I was doing her board is I really wish they would have picked a warmer time in the UK or just like a warmer country or location in general, so we could have seen like stuff like this done without the need to layer every single look. Because like, I don't know, I just wanted to see like at least we could have had her in maybe like a mini skirt or something, but you would have to put stockings on and stuff like that to make her warm. Otherwise it'd just be like kind of ridiculous. I don't know why they wouldn't have picked a warmer location. Plus I just feel like these kind of looks with like these colors, I feel like these kind of looks with these colors just do look better when it's warm and when the environment matches you. So I don't understand why they have to do this in the UK, or why not do it in the UK in the summer. Alright, so on to the next. Since I've basically just been going down this way, I'm just gonna keep that same energy and let's do Musa. Musa. Again, like I said before, I've done a combination of colors of both the original character and the character in the saga. So the original character, like red was her staple color, red and blue for her jeans, red for the top, and like we'd see her in a lot of combinations like that all over the show. So, but Musa now is kind of like leans more towards purple because her power is purple, because mind or whatever garbage bullshit they had to come up with for her. I don't know why her thing couldn't still just be music, but yeah, let's go through what I have here as inspiration for her her board section, blah blah blah, right? So everybody and their mama know that the original Musa is supposed to be Asian. There's a lot of questions regarding the actresses in the Winx Saga, whether she's Asian or not. I've never seen anything her like fully confirming that she is Asian or identifies as Asian. There was some kind of like vague statement that she has one Asian family member somewhere down the line to make her like an 8th Asian, but I don't even know what ethnicity that is. We just know that their race was Asian, so it's like a very vague statement. And yeah, we're not gonna get into determining somebody's race. However, like I would assume that she identifies as white because she is mostly white. Musa, the original Musa, was originally she was originally Chinese. In my opinion, there's some debate whether she's Chinese or Japanese, because first of all, she's inspired by a Chinese actress, Lucy Liu, but I think her voice actor was Japanese. However, yet again, if you guys looked at the show and remembered, because this is why I always thought she was Chinese as a kid, right? She had on Chinese traditional style of cuts. However, you could like shirts that look like they're kind of like the same cut as a kipao and stuff like that, or like different outfits that looked more Chinese than Japanese in my opinion. However, it can be confusing because honestly a lot of different Asian traditional styles of dressing, because sometimes do have similar cuts. Like I didn't know, like in Korea they have other outfits that kind of look similar to kipaos and stuff like that, or even like stuff like kimonos kind of look similar to different kind of cuts across Asia. So it's a really heavily debated, it really can be heavily debated since that she's not from Earth, so technically there is no Asia in the other realm or in magics. I don't know. Again, I hate stupid fantasy terms that's just like lazy, like the other world. Like again, like the writing is so lazy. First of all, why would they call themselves other? Why would they be the other world? Like, I don't get it. I don't know. But yeah, so I do have some Asian like styles of clothing in here because she should have been Asian. But I also consider the Musa and the Saga's color pattern like purple and stuff and things based off of her personality, right? So let's get to it. So Musa in the original was always kind of like she had a real like spunky attitude, right? She was really like I wouldn't say hardcore, but like she was a very confident girl. She didn't mind talking back and stuff like that, or like voicing her opinions. So, and her style was like kind of hip-hop-ish because I think that's the kind of music that she liked. So I wanted to give her a mix of like street style with maybe like a bit of like, maybe kind of like alternative, not necessarily goth. So I have stuff like this that look cool. I have like a lot of like Asian inspired street style outfits here, like something like this would look really cool with the purple boots and the red glasses from Musa, because red was another one of her like staple colors. I have something like this in either like this kind of like baggy shirt with like the red boots, or this I said red, purple boots, or this kind of like red and black outfit. Let's continue up. Yeah, like I said, I wanted some Asian cuts of styling. I wanted some Asian inspired outfits, so I think like this top with like the red lining would be really cool. Again, I want to see her in some of like more like alternative, not really rock or goth, or not fully rock or goth or emo in a way, but just like kind of leaning towards that aesthetic. So stuff like that with like the little metallic loops, things like this. Okay, let's go up. Still also like inspiring from street style, so I think baggy red camouflage pants with a baggy red crop sweater would really be good for her. A top like this that just looks really cool and trendy, but again I'd probably put like a black sweater or maybe even like a brown sweater underneath, something underneath to give her a bit of coverage. I'd do something like this over something, I'm not particularly sure. I would love tops like this, again, over something, the more Asian style of print, but we're still mixing in that blue and red. We're using Musa's colors. I would love to see like one of the girls do something with their hair. All of them just have like natural hair, and I don't know why. Like literally, one thing we saw during quarantine is like people playing with hair colors. Like this is what I'm saying with the Winx Saga. Technically, you can see that what the girls wear are not absolutely awful, because some of the stuff is what regular girls will wear, but like they give none of the girls any individuality by all putting them in things any girl would wear just like on a random Tuesday or Monday. Like like at some point girls people show their personality through their style, and you can't see any individualism through their style at all, really. If anything, sometimes you see stereotypical styling, like with Stella, just putting her in like sequins and stuff to make her look expensive, but her outfits look freaking cheap. Like they do nothing unique with any of the girls. It's just so disappointing. So I would give her like this kind of red haircut, just like to do something different with her. And like I said before, she's a bolder girl, so why wouldn't we put her in a bold hair? Why wouldn't we give her a bold hair statement? So I really am partial to this, but to be more consistent with maybe Winx Saga, because I don't have too many purple things here, maybe give her purple hair instead with like this kind of haircut. I like this as well. I would love to see her in these like Asian style print shoes. I think that would be really cool. I would give her like a very like bold, long leather jacket, because like I said, she's a bold girl. Let's put her in bold item pieces, right? I would go either like combat boots wise, where I really like these black and reds, or we do like sneakers. We can give her Asian style of printing again. We have this kind of Asian drawn dragon on her shoes. Let's go up. Again, a lot of Asian street style. I would love to see her in these like super baggy kind of like cargo pants with the black cutout top and the max. Baggy jeans for her. Some baggy shorts maybe with sneakers and a baggy hoodie. These kind of like stockings with like Asian lettering print. Asian style top. Again, more Asian street style images. Makeup wise, I don't think she would probably wear too much makeup, but just consistently staying with her bold look. I would love to give her like a bold eyeliner. I know that Musa in the Winx Saga does this eyeliner, but I hate her eyeliner in the Winx Saga. I heard somebody say that like, I hate her Winx. I hate her eyeliner. It looks... Who did it? I don't like it. I really thought this outfit was really cool if you want to go for like a purple and red look. These outfits, for me, I think they're super cool, would look great on Musa. And they're also from Jaded London. That's a very popular trendy brand out right now. I think this would work so well. We see that in the Winx Saga, Musa is wearing like these like chunky gold earrings. So when it comes to something like styling and accessorizing her, I think we could still stick with earrings, but maybe we can go more Asian with her earrings. So I looked up some cool Asian style earrings, and we have stuff like this. We have like fan earrings, which I think are pretty cute. Or you have these more like traditional Japanese style of earrings. And you have stuff like we can also put in her hair like hair sticks, not chopsticks. Hair sticks, Asian hair sticks. And again, in my world, she would be Asian, so none of this would be offensive. I could also see her doing stuff like maybe like a purple bucket hat again with like the metallic or metal loop rings in it. So just go with that kind of like alternative but street styling of hers. Also, if Musa loves music so much and she needs it to kind of like block out people, why wouldn't we give her custom headphones? Like she just has like these kind of plain boring black headphones. Like again, this is what I mean, like they don't have any forethought into the items of these people. Like the most I ever thought of was, oh, Flora or Terra is an earth fairy, so she has plants. Put that same kind of reasoning behind people's items. Obviously, if she likes purple and she likes she will love her headphones the most, right? Because they block other people. Wouldn't her headphones be her favorite color? Wouldn't they be like really, if there was one thing she could really spend money on, wouldn't it be her headphones? Give the girl custom headphones, right? Give her like really cool headphones like this one with all the lights on it and the cat ears. Why would you do something like that? You know what I mean? It's like if you're a gamer, you have a gaming chair. Like if you're in law school, you may be a reader, you have a lot of books. Like certain things that would just say something about you, you're gonna, or be a part of you, you would be a certain way that you like a lot. Alright, let's go back, come on. But anyway, so this is Musa's section. This is her aesthetic. Okay, so where do we go from here? Might as well just do Techno next, right? My hypothetical Techno. Here we have my hypothetical Techno. Of course, because Techno is not included in the Winx Saga, I have nothing to combine her with, and like with the Techno from the Winx original, I'm solely going off the Winx original, what I want from Techno. So let's go, okay? So obviously we know that Tekna is a technological fairy. Technology, so like her general power. We see her in some of the more like, I guess, kooky outfits when it comes to like her fairy transformation outfit, and I guess like her general outfits. She wears like a lot of like what, purple and green, kind of similar to Aisha, but obviously in a very different like style of cuts and silhouettes. So I tried to do a lot of like purples and grays to kind of give off that more metallic technological look for Tekna. I did a bit of I have a few like kind of like alternative pieces. When it comes to her, I really played with out of the box clothing. So maybe some more couture looks, because that's the only way you would kind of find like outfits for her that don't just look modern. And when I say modern, I mean just things that people generally wear outside of day-to-day. So for couture looks, you can get some more like crazy things that would look more on the advanced side. So yeah, let's just go through it. For things that are just like way more simple, I have stuff like this, just like a metallic slip dress for Tekna and like a light purple. Cool and simple. I also have a few kind of like short suits. For some reason, I don't know why, because Tekna is a bit on the academic side, of course, because she's technologically advanced. I mean, she's hella smart. She was like the nerdy, geeky one of the group. So, but she's not exactly fashionable, right? She's not one of the more feminine girls of the group. So I think I see her more in stuff like suit sets, but with shorts, because the short suit set thing is not really that trendy of a look, but I think was something that would really go with her more quirky aspect or aesthetic. So I picked out stuff like this, and again, just things that just looked a bit more, like a little less fast fashion, a little less modern. I have stuff like this. I think would really fit Tekna's aesthetic, just because it's different, right? I'm just trying to do things with her that's just a bit more different, a bit more alt. Of course, in her like light purple, almost silverish color, which I picked for her. Again, just trying to pick some basic silver metallics to add into her wardrobe. This is probably one of the things I picked that probably doesn't lean with her aesthetic that much, but I think it's just like an easy throw over maybe some of her other outfits. I see her wearing like even like really cool sunglasses like this with like weird cuts. Again, I want like suit set combos for her, and these kind of like pink and latex. Well, the skirt is latex, right? This kind of like latexy material that you probably wouldn't see a lot of people wear on the day-to-day. Again, with like the latexy material. Again, with something, a cut or silhouette that's really different. You won't see on the rack. You wouldn't see in fast fashion. It's not a general modern kind of fashion. It's more, it looks to seem to be a bit more advanced, a bit more futuristic. Again, with stuff like this, you would not see in Forever 21. You would not see in Old Polly. You would not see on Princess Polly. I really wanted to go for stuff like that. I have this one look from Euphoria that Jules, sorry, I have this one look from Euphoria that Jules had on, and for some reason this really felt like a Tekna look for me. Of course, what I think Jules has on underneath with the revealingness is a bit less Tekna, because I feel like out of all characters, Tekna is the one who reveals skin maybe the least. I think she wears like, if I can recall, a lot of like maybe like pants. Is she the only person that, yeah. No, she's not the only person, but she wears a lot of like covered pants and stuff like that. Because even when like Musa wears pants, we see like her underwear. But like no, like Tekna is, I guess, one of the characters who's really more fully covered other than like her crop top. So I thought this look would really go with Tekna too. I really just have like an advanced futuristic vibe for Tekna. For some reason, she really reminds me of Ghost in the Shell. Well, the difference is she's not Asian. Well, of course, she wouldn't be the literal version, but I kind of had that in my mind when looking at or thinking about Tekna for inspiration. Again, just like weird, different cuts. I really like this kind of purple matching top and bottom. This leans a bit more to the athletic side, so I wouldn't want her in too many things that look like this, but I think it just also fits well. We want to see her in these kind of like sheer, kind of like, you know, those like raincoat-ish fabric materials. I would love to see her in that. I would love to see her in something like this as well. Add a bit of pink, but you know what, why not? Again, with like the suit sets, I would love to see her in a suit set. I want to see her in metallics again, metallic materials. So these like gray silver metallic pants I think would work well. Same here, these kind of silk glittery gray pants. I can see her probably doing something simple like this as well, with like a suit jacket and just like a dress. I love this kind of like weird cuts of pants when it comes to just like abstract or abnormal silhouettes. I think this would look really good on her. I think this would also look really good on her. We have a similar style with like the skirt. Try to do a couple of greens too, because she did use like purple and green. Like, let's not try to maybe overdo it too much with the silver. Let's give her a little bit of color here and there. Again, I like sheers for Tekna. We can also put some other things on top to give her coverage. I want the metallic glittery pants. I want silver boots. I want structured looks. I want these kind of structured weird shoes, because you would not see this on the everyday fashion. Again, these weird structured and cut out pieces. I love it for her. Really abstract. We want to see her in abnormal clothing. And I think if something would really match, we want something very low-key for the hair so that the outfits really shine. I want to give her like a lavender or a pink hair. I love a pixie cut on Tekna. She has a pixie cut in the original, so let's go with that. Yeah, and I think a low-key hair with these kind of more outish outfits would really work well. And also, just like for like a side note, I would try not to match more of the more crazier pieces with things that are also a bit much, right? Just because I feel like you don't want Tekna to like stand out too much in comparison to the group. So I just feel like in general, if you're gonna put her in something like this, maybe this over something like this little mini dress, right? So I try to make sure that things are not, like her looks don't overtake the show and the other girls. Because everyone's not wearing pieces as maybe creative and abstract as Tekna. Alright, we're almost down to the finish line and we're going to do Stella now. So yeah, Stella. I think Stella in the Winx Saga's clothing is probably the most disappointing to me, because they keep the fact that she's a princess the same and that she should have money and that she likes clothing. They keep all that stuff about her character the same. But Stella dresses like an old rich lady. And not that rich. She dresses like an older lady who wants to look rich, but may not be. Honestly, that's how I feel like Stella dresses in the Winx Saga versus how Stella dresses and is in the Winx Club, right? So I stick with some of her colors from the Winx Club, which is like orange, yellows, and she tends to wear a lot of pinks too with those oranges and yellows, which looks beautiful together because she's like, she's a very feminine character, right? She's like very hyper feminine. So I kept a lot of that same energy when it comes to like her clothing pieces in my Pinterest section. So yeah, I tried to go with that kind of like rich, hyper feminine vibe. Kind of like, to me, like Stella kind of embodies a mix of Cher from Clueless and Regina George from Mean Girls. She's like a smash up of the two. She has Regina George's style and wealth. Well, I guess like Cher also has style and wealth, but she kind of has like, I guess, more of the sexy confidence of like a Regina George. But I think her personality is sweet like Cher, but sometimes just kind of off a little bit. You know what I mean? Like Cher always had good intentions, but she just kind of grows up and maybe in a certain way, an environment that she kind of seems pretentious, but she really isn't. So, well, sometimes she's a bit pretentious, but that's not really how she wants to be. She really wants to be a good, kind, nice person, but she's just a part of a certain environment, so she gives off a certain kind of vibe sometimes that doesn't necessarily reflect her, and I think that's how Stella in the Winx Club is supposed to be. But the Winx Saga Stella is really just Regina George. Just like basic blonde mean girl, but without any of the style and fashion. So let's go through the looks I have here. So obviously I think out of all the girls in the group, Stella would be the one who tries to be the most trendy, right? She wants all the trendy looks, she wants all the she wants everything that's in right now. So I went with this kind of like House of Sunny, like sunset sweater. I think that's a look that's very in right now. People are obsessed with House of Sunny right now. They're obsessed with House of Sunny, they're obsessed with Jaded London, they're obsessed with like a lot of certain brands right now, and I definitely think this would be one of the things she wears. I feel like because it's Stella, she'd probably wear it with like the buttons open up, right? Because she likes to play with her like her figure and her looks and her femininity a lot. She's not the most covered character, definitely not the most covered character. She would probably embrace her curves a lot, kind of like a Maddie from Euphoria kind of vibe. So I would put her in also in a couple of floral pieces. I feel like floral is a bit more sweet, but it's also feminine. Stella's not the most sweet character, but she is feminine, so I'll put her in a couple of like floral pieces like this. I would put her in like a lot of like frilled crop tops. We're seeing that that's really in, the frilled tops. That's an in thing, so I'd put her in a yellow frill top like this. I'd put her in a watercolor yellow kind of like tie-dye maxi dress like this. Tie-dye has been in since like last year or maybe 2019-ish. I'd put her in something a bit more vivacious like this as well, but still kind of covers up most of what it really needs to. We have like a cutout right here in the chest, but it's not showing any boobage. We have a little bit under the boob, but again, not showing any boobage. I feel like I can kind of see areola-ish here. So of course I think give her a black strapless bra, she'd be fine. I'd probably put her in a couple of preppy like pieces because Stella in the Winx Saga leans a bit more preppy mean girl-ish, but she's still a cool stylish girl. So if we're gonna make her preppy in a couple of outfits, maybe preppy like this, like what Rihanna has on in this, like with the minis, like with the tweed mini skirt and the tweed jacket. I wouldn't even have our t-shirt under it. I think I'd have a crop top underneath for her, just so she's still just a bit more of that vibrant femininity, or more of that kind of like revealing behavior. For a coat, I'd give her like a long line coat like this. I'd also go with one of these like puffy jackets that I've been seeing all over Instagram and Pinterest lately. I'd get her cool heeled shoes like this. I want to see, when it comes to some prints, I would love to see a lot of like the stars of star printing, or moons and crescent moons and suns, because the original thing about Stella was she wasn't just like a light fairy, she was the fairy of the moon, the stars, and the sun. I don't think they kept that with the Winx Saga. They just said she's the light fairy and they said she's from Solaria, but I don't remember if they really said what the hell Solaria kind of represents or what kind of realm it is. So I really wish they kept that, not just light, but the moon, the stars, and the sun. Yeah, I would love to see Stella in some maybe like kind of like Renaissance-y pieces, because she is the only princess and she is one of the most hyper feminine characters, so why not put her in these kind of like hyper feminine dress pieces. Again, she's also, the Winx Saga Stella is a bit preppy, so I wouldn't mind a couple of these like preppy jackets, but I wouldn't go for a full preppy look. I would try to keep it a bit as trendy as possible, right? I would love to see her in some of this kind of like fashionable makeup looks with like a few like pearl detailings. I think if anyone should play with like, you know, like accessorizing their makeup with stuff like pearl pieces or gems, or maybe even like stickers, it would be Stella. I would love her in these like cute yellow booties. Again, I still even want her to see her in a lot of like pinks, so we want to blend in those pinks too. I would love something cool like this, something a bit more couture, something way more expensive looking, because she is the only established princess, so she's the only one who we know should have money, so we want to see those more expensive pieces on her. What else? Again, like I want to see a few like stars and moon accessories. I think she would accessorize her hair a lot. I would love to see her in a lot of mini bags, especially with stuff like pearls. She gives off the pearl vibes because that's a bit more on the preppy, expensive side. I would love to see her in like expensive heels, like a glass heel when she's inside and not outside. Of course, like when I propose more like shorter and revealing things, I'm thinking about that for inside looks, like when they're inside school, because again, this is filmed in the UK and things are cold. So some of the more outfits that would be meant for warm weather, you could wear that inside when things are very warm because central heating. Anything else, the more covered looks would obviously be further outside. I would love to see her in this like, how would you say, this neutral toned, almost warmish yellow dress. It has like glittery gold accessories on the dress. I would love to see her in a dress like this, which has like this kind of like sun printing, but it's pink, and it has like this kind of what would you call this material? Kind of like this bedazzled material on the dress. I think this would look great on Stella. I would see her in like in a few kind of like corset tops. We want to see her in a couple of preppy prints like Burberry, because money, money, money. I would love to see her again in some of these things that are also preppy but expensive, like Gucci leggings. And I would suppose that she would be able to get stuff like Gucci or whatever, which are Earth brands. But because again, she's a princess, she has a lot of money, maybe she has Earth stylists and stuff like that. She also has her ring, so she has easy access to different realms to get fashion from literally everywhere. So it shouldn't be a difficulty to have her in certain kind of logo brands, which should be Earth brands. I would love to see Stella in a statement coat like this as well, that really matches her vibe of expensive, preppy, feminine, and of course the yellow. I would love to see her in also accessories that are really over the top, like these pearl gloves. I want to see her in a lot of mini bags. Mini bags are really in for girls right now, especially some of these like logo bucket mini bags. And again, just like trendy pieces that matches her color aesthetic with the pink, yellow, and orange. And for me, that is Stella's section in Board. Last but not least, we are gonna do Bloom. Now, I may forewarn that maybe Bloom is a bit underwhelming in certain areas. Maybe I was a bit biased with Bloom because I don't like Bloom that much. I hate Bloom in the Winx Saga. I feel like she's an awful character. She's an awful person. People was like, oh, she redeems herself in the end. She doesn't to me. She doesn't redeem herself whatsoever just because she invited the girls back to her home and they now get along decently. I don't think Bloom really redeemed herself much at all. She barely even apologized to anybody. She damn sure didn't apologize to Aisha personally, like a personalized one-on-one apology. I don't like Bloom. So you may get that vibe here and there, but still I try to do Bloom a bit justice. And I did love Bloom from the Winx Club original, but I'm starting to figure out that even in that, like, Bloom was a bit basic. Like, even in the Winx Club original, Bloom was a bit basic. Like, her character didn't have, I think, that much depth compared to the other characters, to be honest with you. So, let's do it based on that information I just gave. Now, I think with Bloom, I would put her in a lot of, like, denim pieces. So Bloom's aesthetic and overall personality to me, Bloom is the kind of girl, right, who thinks that she's a nice person. When I mix like the Winx Saga Bloom with the original kind of Bloom, I see a girl who thinks she's down to earth, but is actually not as down to earth as she would like to believe, right? Like, one of the first things I noticed about Bloom in the first episode is how she complains about how Stella is judgmental or mean or whatever. And then, or no, she complained about how Aisha seems judgmental, walks out the room, goes into Stella's room, stands in her doorway to then judge Stella for changing her outfit. That is Bloom. Like, that scene basically summarizes how Bloom's whole entire character and personality is, right? So, and like, she has this kind of brooding nature about her. Like, she watched too many Twilight movies and she thinks everything seriously revolves around her. Bloom is, in my opinion, Bloom is Katie Haring from Mean Girls after she's been involved with the plastics. She's self-absorbed, but she doesn't see herself as the villain. She definitely doesn't think she's a mean girl, even though she has a lot of mean girl tendencies and ways. So she also sees herself as edgy, but she's really not that edgy. She really ain't that deep. Her past is really not as complicated as she would like you to believe. Like, she's definitely the main character in her head, but her main character vibes are really shallow. That's Bloom to me. So she's the kind of girl in my section who tries to look edgy with certain pieces, but it's not that edgy. It's like, it's more trendy than edgy, but she doesn't think she's trendy. So I have a couple of edgy pieces, like some leather boots and leather pants, but also she wears a lot of like trendy pieces and a lot of denim, and maybe things that would border on basic, but that's just how I see her aesthetic. So a lot of denim, like I said, denim skirts. We see a few of the more edgy pieces. So I'd give her like not a black leather jacket, because I think I really hate the leather jacket she wears, the red and black one that she wears in the Winx Saga. So instead of that, I gave her like this kind of like corduroy-ish black jacket with the white inner like soft lining, the faux fur lining on the inside. We have a lot of different plays on like denim pants. We have these like star-studded denim pants, just because that reminds me a lot of what Bloom wears from the original. She wore a lot of denim skirts, pants, and stuff like that. So I want to play a lot with denim with her aesthetic. So like stuff like that, stuff like this. Again, I also see Bloom having a few really trendy pieces. So stuff like this dress I think would look particularly good on her. I want to play with a few more like a couple of sexy pieces, but not too sexy. Again, they are high schoolers, but let's not pretend like high schoolers are not gonna want to dress sexy too. That's just what it is. Like let's not pretend because they're 16 that's not how girls dress. Obviously I don't think you would want to put them in the most revealing of clothing and situations, but some of these things, that's literally just how they dress, like whatever. So I would see her in a couple of mini dresses, stuff like this white like rippled satin one, or this again like blue with the white spotted one. I see her in these kind of like soft blue velvety boots. I'd see her in like trendy tops like this. This may be a bit more on the revealing side, so again I'd put this over something like maybe this, but maybe without the print, the heart print in the middle. I would see her in a couple of like more basic stuff, because I think she is borderline a basic girl. We're gonna see her in like an oversized gray sweater, stuff that says friends. Also stuff like that also just kind of lets you know that she's from America. I know that in TV shows she kind of can't really mention TV shows either, so maybe something like, I don't know if they can put friends in it, because then maybe they have to put like copyright, they have to pay copyright or whatever for it to be mentioned. So maybe something more like California, because that's where she's supposed to be from, I think. I would see like these kind of like laced denim jeans. Like you want to play with a lot of denim, I think. I would see her in this kind of like latex rubber long sleeve black shirt with like a denim pairing of outfits, because again, you want to put her in a couple of more edgy pieces, because that's how she thinks she is, because she's so broody. She's gonna wear black here and there, and pieces like leather, because she is complicated and deep. But I would also see her in stuff like cardigans. So I saw in a couple of scenes in the Winx Saga that she does wear quite a few cardigans here and there. I just had this picture of Katie Haring here because I just feel like she matches the Winx Saga Bloom so much. I think I would see her like in a couple of simple makeup looks. It's nothing too much, because she doesn't want to see herself as too fashionable of a girl, because she's not like other girls. Well, a couple like latex red leather pants, a couple of combat boots. She definitely owns chunky fillet sneakers. She definitely owns a black turtleneck. I don't see her in like a bold red lipstick, but I do see her wearing red lip gloss, right? There's a difference in those two girls who wear lipsticks and glosses, and Bloom is a gloss girl. I want to see her in a couple of confident like prints, like this leopard print that Kendall's wearing here, even like this kind of like bold red denim set that Kendall is also wearing over here. Again, I think I would see her in a lot of like oversized sweaters, and maybe with a bit distressing, because again, she's edgy. Like this, what I have here, matching denim sets here. Again, distressed sweaters, oversized tees, but like this kind of like I don't know what kind of aesthetic of girl that you would describe this as, but I feel like everyone knows what it is that I'm talking about here with these kind of oversized tee. Like the cool California girl, I guess. Yeah, that's what you're going for. Oversized cardigans, oversized cardigan, the cute, more trendy dress here and there. And then when it comes to like accessorizing, I don't really see her accessorizing too much. I think mostly just like a lot of rings on her hand. I'd also like for her statement jacket to be something like this. Again, a denim jacket. You don't have to put her in leather. I'd give her a denim jacket with this kind of like faux like fur on the inner collar, right, along the sides and at the cuts. So yeah, I don't really see her wearing maybe too many accessories. I don't think she wants to be, again, I don't think she wants to be too fashionable because she's not like other girls. But this to me is Bloom. This speaks Bloom vibes. So, okay, I've just done all of the Winx girls. And I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it and you are just a disrespectful person, go ahead and thumbs me down. I don't care, you do what you want to do. Yeah, leave a comment down below if you want to see me do other shows, or maybe just do a follow-up part 2 with the Tricks girls / Beatrix. And yeah, let's keep this going. I'll do a couple of maybe other restyling videos when I can think about what else I would like to restyle. But so far so good. I hope you liked everything, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Here we go, it's all about you, it's all about me, it's all about what we do. Making art, you and me, trying to find something to believe. Because I'm running wild, I ain't running free. Still got a lot of shit left to see.